What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part, I want to say 80 of my Total Warhammer 3. Zhatan the Black, there we go, that's the one. Immortal Empires campaign. I keep trying to hold myself back from saying modded, though to be fair, it is very, very slightly modded in the sense that we have one button respec. But anyway, I digress. Last time, Drajuat the Ashen casted down Alaric Ranulfson, the King of Carrickern, and took Carrickern for ourselves. The remnants of the Clan Angren faction probably will not be able to hold much longer, and I'm not entirely sure that they have any armies remaining either, so they're pretty much done. Between the episodes, I also went ahead and took care of the building admin, so we have no building to do this time around, and moved the heroes around, as well as, well, I'll try to minimize the admin heading into the end of the campaign, because I think at this point in time, we've seen enough of it. Anyway, let's begin with what we are going to do this time around. Zhatan. We are going to, I mean, if we're going to pass through the territory of the Cult of Sigmar, we're going to attack them anyway, so might as well do it. Who are you at war with currently? The Followers of Nagash, the Awakened, the Oracles of Tzeentch, and the Exiles of Khorne. I'm just wondering whether we should join the war from anybody? If we ask, for example, the Awakened to join this war, rather than call our allies to help, just out of curiosity, join war against the Cult of Sigmar. +4? Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. I was hoping to get them to fight another faction for us as well, but, oh well. They are at war with all the elves. I'm just trying to keep all of our allies from attacking each other by having them join wars, but I think this faction will be dead fairly shortly. Oh well, let's just join the war for this time. We don't need the money, if anything. Oh, also, I gave like 60,000 gold between the episode to Nagaroth. Nagaroth because, or Nagaron rather, propose offer.
Absolutely.
Nagaroth because they are not currently our allies. We're essentially bankrolling them, but we're not allying with them. The purpose of this is to keep them strong without the faction-wide reductions that they will get by being our allies, and hopefully keep them alive and fighting the Nagaroth elves and all the Ulthuan elves. I want to see the degree to which Malekith will be able to hold out there without our alliances. Anyway, now that we're at war with these guys, we're going to quickly start auto-resolving their weaker territories, so you can start on Sudenburg, Zhatan the Black. They have no chance against you, and you probably won't be able to auto-resolve the Black Tower of Arkham, but you can maybe head to El Calabad afterwards. Auto-resolve this, and tiny bit of damage onto Immortals, much more in fact than everybody else. Kind of interesting. I wonder why. Would you be able to raise this? Let's hope so. Don't go too far. Don't go. Oh, you're gonna go far, aren't you? You are going to go very far indeed. Okay, okay, then, wait, can Yobaz reach? No, Yobaz can't reach it either, damn. Well, that's a crying shame. We also will not be able to heal here. Okay, fine, here's what we'll do. We'll send you then to the Black Tower of Arkham. We'll probably want to send an army to grab this. Overseer Thunderskull, I guess you could do it. Although, if we want to have somebody take the Plain of Tuskers out before they build something, maybe that'll be for Yobaz. I mean, we do have a decent amount of forces out here, but we probably also do want to. I'm actually curious to see whether you would be able to take out the Black Tower of Arkham. We could always send another army down there. Let's see. What do we have? We do have some defenses, but not enough. Okay, now it's fine. We'll just auto-resolve this as well, and raise the place as well for the raw materials. And you're gonna move far away as well? Yeah. It's okay, at least you're going to move into our territory, and I'm going to hope that we can do this. You're going to go into March stance right here, and you're going to either hit El Calabad or move down to Sudenburg, and then you two will keep taking territories. In the meantime, we need to do essentially the exact same thing with these guys. So you are currently at war with just the Oracles of Tzeentch, and thus we will join the war from the Oracles. Join war against Telaqua like so. And the reason I'm not inviting allies to join is because there's a decent likelihood that they will, that at least some of them, the weaker ones, will just say no, and then, well, I don't want that to happen, so join the war, yes. Looks good to me. Keep powering up the Tzeentchans that way. Scaff, Stonebeard, you're going to move out to Quayshodal, and I guess you're going to raise that. The defenses are minimal, so you should be able to raise it without trouble. Auto-resolve, please. Alright, yeah, no chance, obviously. What is this garbage garrison? And they're not really building garrison stacks, so it's their problem. Raise, and you're gonna stay in place? Perfect. Which will mean we should be able to occupy this tower, unlike the other two. Lovely. And while I'm not gonna build other buildings, we will build defenses. We'll start building defenses here immediately. Ah, you know what, we could just... Since we just took it, start building everything. Patrol routes, and then we'll go for you. Missed it. Alright, do we want... we'll probably take the money. You know what, I was deliberating last episode about the need to actually bother building money, but now that I think about it, there is a certain bit of value to it. Oh, wait. We're not even going to keep this. We don't need to build anything. What am I talking about? We can trade this to our allies. You know what? Build stuff that takes one turn to build, actually, because it'll make it worth more value to our allies. Anything that takes one turn, essentially. And then we can trade it for more and have our Tzeentchian friends join war against whoever because of it. You can have, I don't know, most of the stuff will disappear once we trade it, but some of it won't, and either way it'll have a higher economic value if we do that, so yeah. Alrighty, just not gonna build the expensive stuff. Anyway, let's see who else needs to move. Troop trains certainly don't. Gorth, Tordrek, neither of you do. Troop train, nope. Astrogoth, you should be able to get to a Wurtbad, so head to Wurtbad, please. Wait, can Assassin do anything? Assault the garrison before Astrogoth gets there? Yes. And success. Fantastic. Easier little auto-resolve for Astrogoth, not that I imagine that he really needed the help. Auto-resolve it. And, what? Oh, we got a little bit of help from our convoy there. Fun. You can raise it again for those resources. And in fact, we're not going to occupy, just keep it raised. We don't need it, we don't care about it. Do we have enough armies out here to take care of the rest of this? Yeah, I think we do. Astrogoth, I guess you can start marching back up north. Maybe heal up yourself, or heal yourself, whatever. The thing is, he needs to get back to Krakadrak for when the Krakadrak dwarfs spawn for the endgame scenario. It's going to take a while, but, well... He only has 10 turns to get there after the endgame starts, so we might as well. And get him trekking on those robotic little feet of his. Or legs, I should say. Well, legs and feet. Anyway, Overseer Vargash, you are good where you are, because we're hoping to bait the enemy to attack Tordrek Drake Killer. Mad Hatter of Zharr, yes, you will be having a cinematic battle today against the last remaining forces of the followers of Nagash. Swell for you, but we'll move you last because of it. Raider Fazcard, you have a Skull Island, which you're gonna take. Not so much because we care about the money, but rather because we want to see if we can get a nice little reward for it. Oh, you're gonna lose one of these guys? I don't care. I'll lose it and take the labor. Come on, materials at sea again, please. Wouldn't that be swell? And oh, we did get a Warsmith, a recruit for Infernal Guard. Nah, I mean, it's something. It's something. You should probably land in allied territory so you can land at the Mangrove Coast, heal up a little bit, and maybe global recruit yourself back a Hobgoblin sneaky git from the ones that you lost. There we go. It'll take a little bit of time, but I'm sure you'll be fine. And then you can keep just hanging around the sea, essentially. We could also, in fact, just move you out here and help out with all this. Mostly because we don't really need the resources anymore. I'll think about it. Anyway, let's continue trying to speed our way to that endgame scenario. Raider Helldower was the next one, possibly? Yes, indeed. Alright, Raider Helldower. Who are you and what do you want? Oh. You and Hargramah's Stout Troll, our ranged army. So you're headed to Karak Kadrin, which is out here. Alright, so both of you are going to go this way as far as you can. And I guess if you want to go past it and start attacking stuff over here, you can as well. Not that it's super necessary right now, mind you. Also, Raiders, Startaker, you can stay here and then together these two will attack Oh, there's like nothing at Needling. Can you attack Needling? No, you can't quite reach it. Okay, fine. You can reach it next turn then. Alright, who's up next now? That was Raider Helldower. Overseer the Black is guarding, so he does not need to move. Nabua the Petitaz is heading close to Mount Silver Spear, but, you know, let's go through World's Edge Archway like so, and Raider Hargramaz is going to follow him as well. Though this is a little bit stronger than your average raider army, let's say, but well, that's as it's supposed to be. We'll need them both to defend Karazakorak. Alright, looks good. Overseer Baruch, I don't remember who you are. Oh, yeah, you're this guy. You're kind of stuck where you are. I mean, I'd like to send you to Xeric Zil, but on the other hand, you know what? We'll skip you right now, because after moving the Mad Hatter and Overseer Grimtideson, we may actually be able to move again. We will see. We'll see what I mean. Oh, and in fact, we're gonna see right now. Okay, we don't need to do anything else. Well, so this is the battle, Myrmidons, and you are at war with, currently, the Exiles of Khorne. So we're gonna destroy these guys, and we're gonna trade these territories to our friends, the Pirates of Sartosa. Oh, also, speaking of trading territories, between the episodes, I traded Gorgazan, Agrul Migdal, and Stormhenge to our Exile allies, and then, obviously, this is all gonna go to our Tzeentch friends, and then they can sort of share this territory with the Awakened. Hopefully they don't start fighting each other. It would be unfortunate if they did, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, Mad Hatter, it's time to fight, my friend. I should probably give you some items. I'll do it before the endgame scenario with the rest of them. You have to get Wretched Warhost to power up your Skullcrackers. You don't need Lucky Lackeys. You have Hellish Blows for the Skullcrackers and the Unyielding Bulwark, so basically everything you need minus firing drills, which would be for your blunderbusses. Granted, you only have the 2 of them. It's not a crazy amount. And technically speaking, you have 2 units of Dreadquake Mortars. Skullcracker Dreadquake Mortars, mind you, but Dreadquake Mortars nonetheless. You know what? We're probably going to put some points in there, but maybe not right now. I'm also now kind of tempted to put you into Lightning Strike, just in case you're needed for the endgame scenario. I mean, you are going to be hanging around where Clan Angren is spawning, or maybe Karakern will probably send Draju out to deal with Angren directly. Yeah, you know what? In that light, let's get to you Cunning and Iron Willed, and then we'll move through Lightning Strike if we ever get enough points, if we manage to anyway. You, my friend, can have Mentor, unless I'm mistaken. Just might as well max it out. Not all of our Demon Smiths are level 50 after all, so we might as well share that XP. Next up, who are we gonna attack? Well, you're the only one outside this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna run. In fact, to prevent them from running, we probably have to do this without involving Overseer Grimtideson's army. So we'll just do it with the Mad Hatter's army. Should make it a little bit tougher. Now you got some nice stuff. And deck gunners in here as well. Fantastic. Alrighty, well, either way, we're going to have to talk to you there, friendo. Join war against followers of Nagash. Yes, propose offer. Perfect. And this will keep us nice and friendly with the followers' allies, which are the Pirates of Sartosa. They won't like us killing them, but, you know, we gotta get rid of them so they're not behind us. Next up, you are going to attack King Kediskaf. And he's going to run, really. That's disappointing. I guess the game thinks that these guys are so weak that, well, we're still gonna fight them in the field, because I feel like it'll be a fun battle. And there we go. Close victory, really. You're gonna run from a close victory? Oh, the auto, or not the auto, the vanilla AI is such a coward. You're really going to run from a medium casualties close victory? The AI shouldn't be programmed to run in those situations. But anyway, here we go. Time for the Mad Hatter to do his thing with all of those hatted Chaos Dwarf Warriors. I'm actually shocked that they're afraid of Chaos Dwarf Warriors. This is our second basic tier. Whatever. Alrighty, here we go. I don't foresee this being too problematic, but, well, I've been surprised before, so who knows. Anyway, the first enemy army is deployed fairly far away from us, and thus it's going to take a lot of hits from our Dreadquake Mortars, or our Dreadquake Skullcrackers, before it can get anywhere near. Plus, we have our mages, so here comes a Purple Son of Zoraeus right between those two Mega Mortar shells, and while it's not going to do a lot of damage. Gotta use a spell after all, and we purposely gave the Mad Hatter the lure of death and the lure of metal because we use them less often than the lures of fire and the lure of Hashut. Anyway, this army is going to be in very ugly shape here, and Gehenna's Golden Hounds following up that purple Son of Zarias, and more of those Dreadquakes coming in. We didn't even really bother deploying the rest of the army in such a way that it would deal with this first army. In fact, I've decided to deploy it here in preparation for the enemy reinforcements instead, so that we can send in our melee. If needed, we can send the Skullcrackers forth to deal with this, but otherwise it'll just be the Skullcracker Dreadquakes doing their thing. And I think this is, well, we haven't seen the Skullcracker Dreadquakes yet, have we? Or if we have, it hasn't been a lot of the time. And ooh, looks like we've done enough damage to the enemy army to force the Realm of Souls Tier 3, and thus they have decided to summon those Ushabti. Unfortunately for them, it seems that Skullcrackers aren't really too bad at killing off Ushabti, and they can grind them down nearly as well as they can crack regular skulls, and the summoned units are going to begin to crumble away. They're just getting crushed in all these gears. And down they go. Looks like we're safe and we can actually peel away, as most of the army is pretty much dead. And let's face it, the Skullcracker Dreadquakes are not going to do any damage to the rotting Promethean gunnery mobs, at least not with their Dreadquakes. We've also been trying to chase down the enemy flyers here, our sorcerers, I should say, trying to get after those deck droppers, but they're having a little bit of a difficult time actually catching them, while the Mad Hatter then goes ahead and goes after King Ketiskov here, who will also be dropping fairly shortly. The Mad Hatter is not our strongest lord currently, but he's certainly strong enough to defeat a Chariot Lord without too much trouble. And down you go, Ketiskov. Nice breath from that. Lamasu. We've also sent in our other Skullcrackers, our non-Dreadquake variety Skullcrackers, to go after the rotting Promethean gunnery mobs, since they can take care of Ushabti, and they should be able to take care of the gunnery mobs as well. While our Demon Smith was chasing down those deck droppers, who decided they wanted to land upon the Skullcrackers as well, which, a bad idea. We've now turned around our Dreadquakes and are going to start firing them into the blob of enemies here. And there we go, and to use our summon of Blood and Fire, or is it Fire and Blood? Blood and Fireborn, that's it, that's the one. Alrighty, and this army is not having a very good day at all, and by this army I mean not just this army, but both of the, or I guess all three of the little armies around here. Looks like these Skullcrackers have ripped apart those poor little crabby boys, and apparently have overturned a wagon while they were at it. The enemy lord here is dead, so we can now move the Mad Hatter in to play, and send forth the rest of our Skullcrackers and our hatted infantry. We should name one of the these units hatted infantry. There we go. Blunderbuss is firing again, and I will never get tired of watching blunderbusses fire any more than I will get tired of Dreadquake mortars or fire glaives. Alright, let's see what we got left. A Doom of Hashut coming down. The balance power is at about 85, maybe 90% in our favor, and any more of these big explosions will probably end the battle for us. There we go, the big hats of the Chaos Dwarf warriors with great weapons. And the enemies crumbling away just upon sight of the hats. Or at least a decent amount of them are. The balance of power continues shifting in our favor. We have found their lord, their second lord here, but he begins to crumble, but the Mad Hatter will still rip into him. And there we go. Looks like they just crumbled away. I really still don't like how it doesn't let you see the final death animation of the last unit on the field. It would have been nice. I also would really love a mod that removes this thing, or have the ability to remove that, because I don't like the way it looks. But anyway, decisive victory for the Hatter, and so falls King Kediskaf and the remnants of these Tomb King legions. Alright, fair enough. I can see why the AI was deciding to run away and was too scared to fight this army. Really, the Mad Hatter's the only one who got hurt, and once we get him a healing potion, he'll probably be more or less fine. We can heal up slightly, not that it really matters what we do in that manner. Take the labor. Take the labor. It's not enough damage for us to be concerned with. Hey, and he's got perfect vigor now. Very nice, Mad Hatter. Very nice. Now, unfortunately... Wait, actually, not so unfortunately. We could actually get to... Wait, can we get to Verdanos? Maybe. Maybe we can. 1 second. Let me just try to figure this out. First of all, Overseer Grimtideson, I want you to attack Myrmidons, and I want you to raise it, and then we'll see afterwards. Or we could just occupy this tower immediately. I mean, it's still a decent amount of raw materials. Just raise it. Why not? And, you are going to walk away. Which is annoying, but... You know, what can you do? Oh, damn. That actually is more annoying than I thought, because if we don't take it for ourselves, Hordred will probably land here and then take it, which means we can't use the Mad Hatter for... damn. I should have used the Mad Hatter to raise it. Oh, well. Too late. We're going to colonize it as tower, and we want to trade it to our friends here. We're going to build all the stuff that takes 1 turn, just like last time. The expensive stuff, basically. And 130, 130, okay, so it doesn't really matter. Out of these, what we build, and we can build you the Fane Guard as well. Maybe the money thing. Alrighty, all of this will take 1 turn and minimal resources, but it'll make it worth so much more to these guys as a territory with buildings. Now, what I wanted to do that turn was to attack the army here, but that looks like it's not gonna happen. Overseer Baruch. I mean, these guys could sally out and attack you, even with gobos. You know what? Just in case, I want you to move into an encamp stance, and then move right here. If they attack you, you can fight. And honestly, I don't really care if you live or die, so... Yeah, but either way, I'm sure he'll be fine. No problem. I guess one issue with not keeping Myrmidons for ourselves is that we won't have the Dreadquake Mega Mortar to hit these spawns here, unless we take Karakazor, but with Titchit here moving up north, that may also not be possible. I guess we'll see. Anyway, does anybody else need to move, or was that it, and are we ready to end another turn? I was really hoping to take both of these out at the same time, but oh well. I think that was it, yeah? Yeah, that looks like that's it. And yeah, we got more raw materials, but I'll deal with it between the episodes. So we can skip. We can go for a commandment here in Kasabar, go for the Masterful Architects, as this is one of the places we are keeping. More skips, more commandments where? Northern Sylvania, oh yes, Masterful Architects for you as well. And outpost upgrade available in the Copper Landing, sure, why not? And we have more outposts upgradable? Go for it. All outposts all the time. We have the money to upgrade any outpost we want. In fact, I probably should have been doing this a little bit earlier, but these are new allies, as it were. So there is a good reason for why we hadn't built those up. Anyway, now we can end the turn. Alright, let's see if anything interesting happens, though somehow I doubt anybody's going to attack us. We're going to allow our allies, both Archaon and the Legion of Chaos and all of these Norskins, to fight it out with the Empire, but we're not going to join the war against the regular Empire ourselves. I just want to raise all of the Golden Order to make those territories into a bunch of ruins, and then we'll see afterwards. I guess the big question right now is whether Wurzag is going to take the opportunity to attack our Gobbo army, and he's not. He's too scared. Even of the Gobbos. Well, at least that means that some of the AIs are learning to fear the goblins. As well they should. Join war against Kuran, there's no need. We've got enough wars, and you can deal with it yourself. Down to 57 factions on the map now. Lovely. And let's see, Ambusher discovered Marcus Wolfhart, creator for you, ready for duty, Tech Thief. And you, another Tech Thief ready for duty? Are you even near anywhere that can steal tech? Not really. We're probably just going to delete you. Just stay where you are. Internal recruiter Zork is ready for duty. Erishkagal, I don't remember who you are, but I guess it doesn't really matter. And the end is still not nigh, eh? Alright, well, 3 more turns until it's guaranteed to be an eye, so it'll happen sooner or later. Infernal Castellan ammunition, great for the ammunition if nothing else, but it's Total War we want. As soon as we have this, we're going to go into our manufactory, or our Hellforge, and, well, yeah, the manufactory, and see what we can upgrade and what we still don't have enough armaments per turn for. Hopefully it'll be everything. Anyway, do we have enough time to do anything else? I mean, I guess we have a few armies that we can move around. Oh, hello. Ulrich Wolf. Oh, you have a plague. Oh, it's just it's not a Skaven plague, though. I guess he wants to go after Overseer Traino. Can Thrunbaj reach him in March Stance, for example? Yeah, he sort of can. We can force him to run. It's not a... Honestly, this is not an army worth fighting at this point in time. It's too weak and too pathetic, and we just don't care about that level of enemy strength. Carl, what are you doing? Wait, can Astrogoth reach Carl? Honestly, if Astrogoth could reach Carl or... Well, yeah, the Empire, we could always go into a war with the Empire just to, like, break a few of their armies to enable our allies to break them afterwards. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world either. We'll see how these guys react to Astrogoth being nearby. And if they remain close, we might take advantage of it. Anyway, let's move, shall we? So here's what we'll do. Thrunbaj, you're gonna go here. We don't actually want to take the plague, so we're gonna have you go right there. Then you, Overseer Traino, are gonna attack this guy. Oh, it looks like they did run from Tordrek. Why? I wanted you to actually fight Tordrek. It's okay. He'll fight the endgame scenario. You can attack this. This guy will run most likely across the river. Yes, and that'll allow Overseer Vargash and Tordrek to kill him, I guess. Are you able to cross the river anymore? Like, if we put you into March Stance, would we be able to? Nah, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. Oh, well, not a big deal. These two are now both unable to really do anything. A shame. But it's okay. You can head to Castle Drakenhof next, because I assume that Traino's not going to be able to, and you're going to go here. Tordrek, you're going to go here. And allow the auto-resolve to happen. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, we could have Tordrek fight this. Just to see how the Cat Cannon and the rest of the Deathshriekers fare against those units. Maybe we'll do that just for the fun of it. Probably next episode, mind you, but nonetheless. Let's see if there's anybody else that's near to anything. Oh, you can't reach Fyldorf or Fort Saul? That's a shame. And that's a crying shame. I guess the question is, do we actually want to send you there? Or do we want to jump you over all this and head to Karakazor and Karak Bufdar instead? And the answer may be that we do. You know what? Jump over. It's not like they're going to intercept you. Take out these territories and we will see what we can get up to. I have a feeling that Tichet might attack Karak Bufdar, but oh, he already did. He sacked it. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, well, that's swell for him. What's going on down here? Ah, these guys did manage to take Zlatlan all on their own. Well, it's, isn't that impressive? That means Overseer True Eye doesn't need to be here. It means Scaff Stonebeard can go to the Sentry Glades and briefly occupy it before trading it away. Occupy Sentry Glades, please. And basically no damage, occupies factory, but this will all be traded to allies. Fantastic. And can we actually trade Quayshodal right away? And do we want to, I guess is the question. So we're 272. Oh my. Okay, are you able to join all the wars? Yeah, he's probably able to join all the wars for this. There we go. And he is willing to give us 142,000. Oh, that's interesting. So this is money that we traded him, which the AI apparently hasn't spent. Huh. I thought that the AI would immediately start building up armies and stuff, but, well, this is actually interesting in terms of seeing how the AI works. I really didn't expect it to not spend all the money. It could be buffing up territories, it could be building like 10 new armies. Huh. I guess the devs decided that, in order to prevent the player from giving AI allies millions of gold, and that there's a limit on what the AI does with it. Huh, kind of interesting. Kind of unfortunate, though. I wonder if Nagaron is doing the same thing. Actually, I'm curious now. Yes, propose offer. You can have Quayshodal, which we were going to trade you anyway. But what I'd like to see is this. Nagaron, if we talk to you, and let's say we'll join your wars against these two. Bounce offer. You're willing to give us 10k for 11.8. Meaning if this was at 252 or whatever, he'd probably be willing to give us a lot more. Assuming that he actually has money, you know what, without something very expensive to trade, we can't actually tell whether he's actually got that money, or whether he's used it or not. Anyway, with that, I think I'm gonna call the episode here. Next time we'll do a battle with Tordrek, just for fun, just to have the Death Shriekers do their thing, and we'll see how effective they are against even the basic troops. Unfortunately, it'll probably mean he'll get a plague, but honestly, we don't really care at this point in time. Otherwise, we continue advancing everywhere and starting to move our units to where they will be fighting the endgame scenario. Also do some of the building, or most of the building, or all of the building, and hero moving between the episodes, as I've been doing lately. So stay tuned for more Zhatan. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.